Yeah, I would agree with that.
Real quick, Jim, I wanted to give you 60 seconds to chime in on this as well, especially from the perspective of like, some people say, oh, like Bitcoin's down right now, you know, it's been down over the past few weeks. Some people say, oh no, is it collapsing again? And other people say, great, you buy the dip. Like, I mean, where are you thinking on that?
Well, I mean, the beauty of MicroStrategy or strategy now is the capital structure, right? I mean, they started out with just pure an arbitrage that existed purely by access. I mean, you had a lot of institutions that were like, I would love to hold Bitcoin, but I cannot put, you know, private keys in my, you know, treasury and hold Bitcoin, which is a very, you know, technologically, difficult thing to do, you know, at least like 5-10 years ago. And so, what MicroStrategy did was say, hey, we're a publicly traded company, you cover us because we're trading on the NASDAQ or whatever the exchange is, and so we're going to put Bitcoin in the balance sheet, which gives you a proxy to the asset class. And so that was the first, you know, opportunity, because ETFs didn't exist. Like GBTC existed as a closed-end fund, but it regularly traded, you know, IBIT and all the big BlackRock ETFs and the like that had launched over the last couple of years didn't exist. So strategy was the proxy to get that asset. Then they were able to do a lot of really interesting things with converts and preferreds, and because of the volatility of the underlying asset and correlating, you know, higher volatility on the actual stock itself, you had a lot of different types of investors, not just pure play equity folks, but you also had converts and special sit and event-driven type of managers that decided, hey, I can play in this asset because of the volatility that's associated with it and the different types of things on the capital structure that I can invest in. But that's starting to go away. And the other really interesting thing too, just, I know you're going to kick me here in a second, is in Japan, like, you know, the long-term capital gains of holding a stock are a lot more advantageous than the long-term capital gains of holding Bitcoin. So a lot of people move their money into their Bitcoin into a company called Metaplanet, because you could basically just change the tax implications of you as a holder of the underlying asset. And so these types of market dynamics make it attractive for different types of investors, and it's something that companies that have these types of vehicles that give investors that exposure are thinking about how do they find ways to diversify their operating business with this type of